I honestly did not expect to make another video about Jussie Smollett. I thought all that was going to happen is that, oh, he is sentenced to X amount of years or whatever, and then I would probably tweet about it and laugh a little bit, but here we are!
Supreme victory!
Ladies and gentlemen, it pays to be rich and know the right people. So I'm sure most of you know what's going on with Jussie Smollett. And for the very small few of you that don't know, I would suggest you watch one of my old videos that I put out about Jussie. And, you know, I'll just give a little bit of a recap. Jussie Smollett is a gay black actor on the show Empire who faked a hate crime by paying two Nigerian dudes like $3,500 to beat him up and, you know, throw some bleach on him and then noose him up, like string him up, you know, and then it's like, oh, this happened, hate crime, all this stuff is going on. And it turns out that, you know, those two Nigerian dudes worked with Chicago PD and the FBI to collect evidence, and then it came out that Jussie Smollett just faked the whole thing. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. He got 16 charges and it looks like he was gonna go to jail, but not anymore.
What the hell was he thinking? From now on, I ain't never gonna know you're Jussie from now on. You don't even get the you no more.
We all found out a few days ago that the charges were all dropped. They were just dropped, and then the case was just sealed. So we were all like scratching our heads with what was going on, and we weren't the only ones scratching our heads. Chicago PD was scratching their heads, the mayor was scratching their heads, you know, so you thought that maybe there was, oh, maybe the charges were dropped because he was innocent or something like that, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The Clark County District Attorney says, after reviewing all the facts and circumstances of the case, including Mr. Smollett's volunteer service in the community and agreement to forfeit his bond to the city of Chicago, we believe this outcome is a just disposition and appropriate resolution to the case. So obviously there were some back-end deals, you know, behind closed door things going on that we're not supposed to know about, but Jussie Smollett's attorneys and Jussie himself were treating it like he was an innocent man. A statement from Jussie Smollett's attorneys Tina Glandian and Patricia Brown Holmes. Today, all criminal charges against Jussie Smollett were dropped and his record has been wiped clean of the filing of this tragic complaint against him. Jussie was attacked by two people he was unable to identify on January 29th. He was a victim who was vilified and made to appear as a perpetrator as a result of false and inappropriate remarks made to the public, causing an inappropriate rush to judgment. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Jussie and many others were hurt by these unfair and unwanted actions. This entire situation is a reminder that there should never be an attempt to prove a case in court by public opinion. Public opinion! There was evidence! That is wrong. It is a reminder that a victim, in this case Jussie, deserves dignity and respect. I would tell Jussie to suck my fucking dick if he wouldn't enjoy it. Dismissal of charges against victim in this case was the only just result. Jussie's relieved to have this situation behind him and is very much looking forward to getting back to focusing on his family, friends, and career. I'm sure he is. So as bad as that was, you have the king of bullshit, you have the ultimate god of bullshit, Jussie, coming out with a statement himself.
I've been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one. I would not be my mother's son if I was capable of one drop of what I've been accused of.
You're a liar! You know something that you're not telling us, you slimy scumbag liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
That is top tier horseshit. That is like Super Saiyan Blue levels of just scumbaggery. Like, if I were him, I would have just disappeared. I would be like, you know what, I'm gonna lay low for a while. I'm not gonna come out and be like, I'm an innocent man, because no one said you're innocent but you and your attorneys. The retards that were even responsible for letting him off the hook had to clarify. We believe he did what he was charged with doing, he said. This was not an exoneration. To say he was exonerated by us or anyone else is not true.
Oh, sick burn.
But of course that's the case. Obviously, how could you be innocent if the bond is going to the city of Chicago and then it's like, oh, your community service is enough for what you have done? Obviously, that would not have to be anything. That would be totally irrelevant if he was completely innocent. So it's just ultra mega levels of horseshit. It's like, how could you even say that you're innocent when the people that let you off the hook didn't even say you're innocent? And obviously everybody's pissed. The Chicago PD is pissed off. The mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel's pissed off. You have to check out, they had a joint press conference. So we're gonna start with the superintendent, or the Super Nintendo as I like to call him.
Do I think justice was served? No. Where do I think justice is? I think this city is still owed an apology. And let me digress for a moment. When I came on this job, I've been a cop now for about 31 years. When I came on this job, I came on with my honor, my integrity, and my reputation. If someone accused me of doing anything that would circumvent that, then I would want my day in court, period, to clear my name.
And dude is 100% right with his digression, because just think about it. If you were an innocent man, if you're an innocent person, you wouldn't want to just sweep this under the rug. You want to be like, no, we're going to court and I'm going to prove my innocence. I'm going to fight. But someone who is guilty and who has got a back end deal and who's been left off the hook, obviously you would probably, the smartest thing to do is probably lay low a little bit, lay low. But Jussie is a retard. I'm an idiot and be like, I am an innocent man. I wouldn't be my mother's son. And it's like, oh my God, I feel so bad for his mom. And also, Mr.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
Weighed in, and I had to agree with him for once.
This is a whitewash of justice. A grand jury could not have been clearer. To then say not only is the cost, $10,000 doesn't come cost financially, but all the other repercussions of this decision it made, to me, where is the accountability in the system? Our officers did hard work, day in and day out, countless hours, working to unwind what actually happened that night. This is without a doubt a whitewash of justice, and sends a clear message that if you're in a position of influence and power, you'll get treated one way, other people will be treated another way. There is no accountability then in the system. It is wrong, full stop.
A whitewashing of justice is the understatement of the year, especially when you consider that Jussie Smollett was being paid quite a bit in Empire. He was making over $100,000 an episode. That's an insane amount of money. And then, oh, he's just charged $10,000 for the bond. That's it. That's the for wasting all of the police resources, his time, and pissing everybody off, and all of the multiple felony accounts. That's all he gets, and retroactive community service that he's done. That's it. Can you imagine? Like, dude, $10,000 to him is probably like $1 to me. Like that's all he. And you know what's just so delicious about this situation is that one of Jussie's attorneys, gave an interview and was saying, oh, yeah, so Jussie is innocent, right? He was telling the truth. He said that he couldn't tell who was under the mask and stuff. He said that he can see the eyes and it looked like it was white or something, even though obviously it was the Nigerian dudes, right? And then she says, well, we saw one of the Nigerian guys, right? He has a picture online where he was like doing some white face. He was like auditioning for a Joker part or something like that. So he could have been doing that. And you look at the photo and it's like, this is what is happening? Now, moving forward with this story that has more plot holes than The Last Jedi, some interesting text messages were leaked between Kim Foxx, the state attorney, and one of the lawyers. What's her name? Tina Chen or something like that.
It was later revealed that Kim Foxx was messaging with Michelle Obama's former chief of staff, Tina Chen. Chen told Kim Foxx the Smollett family had concerns about the Chicago police investigation and wanted CPD to turn its investigation over to the FBI. Chen convinced Kim Foxx to ask the Chicago police superintendent to drop his investigation and to hand it over to the FBI, but that did not happen.
So yeah, it looks like some really fishy stuff was going on between them, but I'm not surprised at all because the situation, the headlines that broke was fishy from the get-go. Now, the last thing I want to mention is that the city of Chicago have released a letter because they want more money from Jussie Smollett, because $10,000 obviously isn't going to cut the amount of resources that they spent on his ass. Dear Mr. Smollett, the City of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department take seriously those who make false statements to the police, thereby diverting resources from other investigations and undermining the criminal justice system. On January 29, 2019, you made a police report which you falsely claimed that 2 men had attacked you while yelling racial and homophobic slurs. The Chicago Police Department conducted an extensive investigation into this report. over 24 detectives and police officers participated in an investigation, ultimately spending weeks investigating your false claims, including a substantial number of overtime hours. As a part of this investigation, Chicago police reviewed video and physical evidence and conducted several interviews, expending resources that could have been used for other investigations. Ultimately, the Chicago police investigation revealed that you knowingly filed a false police report and had in fact orchestrated your own attack. The city requires immediate payment of the $130,106.15. I love how detailed it is, to all the way down to 15 cents, expended on overtime hours in the investigation of this matter. Please submit a money order or a certified cashier's check. I wouldn't ask for a check from him. Payable to the City of Chicago to the following address within 7 days of the date of this letter. That is fucking beautiful. So that's all the information I've gathered so far, and I'm sure more stuff is gonna come out, and if anything juicy happens, I will keep you updated. But as of right now, Jussie Smollett remains a scumbag. He is not innocent. Chicago PD, the mayor, pretty much the city of Chicago, and everybody who has two brain cells working together, you know, that they're not just completely retarded, knows that he is guilty and needs to be thrown in jail. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching this bullshit. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support me, you can hit me up on Patreon. And I want to give a big shout out to my mega sexy patrons. You guys are the absolute best. I also have a subscribe star or merch. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Appreciate it. You guys stay safe. And don't be stupid like Jussie.